Well, hello and welcome, everybody. We're here again this week, and we're getting towards that most wonderful time of the year. And no, I'm not talking about Christmas. We're talking about Halloween. It's only 2 weeks away, and it is my favorite holiday. To me, it's the most magical time of the year. And other than doing some costumes and some trick-or-treating and carving your jack-o'-lantern, what are some of the things that you like to do for Halloween? So I always plan a fun family fall outing for usually either the third or fourth Saturday of the month. And we start out normally in Northville, Michigan at the Skeleton Festival, where they decorate the whole downtown of Northville with skeletons, different themes, different costuming. Each business storefront does a different type of decoration with their skeletons, and it's all fun, it's all whimsical, it's all just enjoyable to go to. And then we usually head out to one of the coolest neighborhoods I've ever been to, and it's called Tilson Street in Romeo, Michigan. And this is a neighborhood, both sides of the street. I want to say it's about 5 blocks, city blocks, at least a half mile one way, half mile back the other way. And the whole neighborhood, every single house, is decorated for Halloween with huge yard-filled scenes. And the neighborhood just decides that this is something that they wanted to do. And now other neighborhoods in Romeo, close, the neighboring neighborhoods to Tilson Street, have joined in and are also decorating. But if you're here in Michigan, I usually recommend going the third Saturday or the fourth Saturday, because that's when they have all of the yard decorations up and are in full effect. And then don't bother going on October 30th or 31st because one, you'll have to park several streets over to even walk to Tilson Street because you won't find parking. They hand out an estimated, I think it's 5,000 bags of candy on Halloween night. That's how popular this neighborhood is as a trick-or-treating destination, just because it's one thing to see the decorations during the daytime, but they really come alive after dark and are spectacular. So if you ever want an October adventure outing, I highly recommend Tilson Street. That's Tillson Street in Romeo, Michigan, because they just do it up right for Halloween. So then after that, we usually travel up the road to Armada and go to Blake's Apple Ciders, their orchard. And it's usually around this time of the year that they have the Wolf Creek apples, which they have many varieties. I think they have over 30 varieties of apples available at Blake's. Blake's has several different orchards. They also do the Lavender Festival in July. But I go to Blake's in Armada to get the apple cider, get some donuts, get the apple pie, all good stuff. So definitely have to check that out. It's one of those, it's very much like a farm stand store. So we like to stop in there and check it out. And from there, It's about a 45-minute drive, but we like to go to Huckleberry Railroad and Crossroad Village because it's a historical themed, I don't want to say park because it's more than just a park. It's kind of like Greenfield Village, but on a smaller scale. But they decorate the whole, I guess you could say it's almost like a little ghost town. They decorate the whole ghost town with Halloween decorations. And we're talking wooden cutouts in the shape of trees, pumpkins, ghosts that are painted and decorated. They do a different, every year they do a wooden welcome sign that is for the current year. And they have costume characters walking around, all different kinds of lit up decorations. And you can go trick or treating from house to house in this little small town, and adults and children alike, which is wonderful. You can go trick or treating, and you also get cider and apples there. That's free with admission. And then, if you're feeling really adventurous, they have, of course, it's called Huckleberry Railroad and Crossroads Village. Well, they have the Huckleberry Railroad there, and you can get on the train, and it takes you along. It's an hour-long trip, and as it goes along its path on a real railroad, in a real railroad train and passenger cars, they have it decorated with all different types of Halloween um, themed decorations and characters and the whole route of the train. Just wonderful. But this year, I think we're going to change it up a little bit when we go and do our fall outing. And I have a surprise for my family because, and I know none of them are listening because, you know, they don't have 15 minutes to dedicate to my podcast every week, but everybody else does. But there's a store in Michigan called Screamers. It's a year round, 365 days a year store dedicated to Halloween and all the Halloween goodness. So they have costumes, they have decorations, they have your animatronics, they have everything from the old vintage Bastille Halloween character cutouts, you know, the pumpkin, the scaredy cat, the witches, owls, to more of the scary, creepy animatronics that, you know, will definitely give your kids nightmares. Every costume you could think of, every Halloween prop costume you could think of. Costume masks, the latex masks that cost, some of them are up to $100. That's how, you know, much they you know, put into this store. And then right next to it is their store where they sell some of their stuff that has been either floor models or demos or has gone off market, or they've changed the branding on it. And the stuff in that store is actually what they call the clearance stuff. So if you want to stock up on your Halloween stuff for next year, go to Screamers. They might have what you're looking for. And if they don't, it probably doesn't exist. There's also another very interesting neighborhood that's not far from Screamers, maybe about half an hour away. And it's called the Cemetery at Arrow Street, I believe. I went to it last year. And it's a new neighborhood, new subdivision. But one of the homeowners there does his due diligence and definitely takes Halloween to heart, because their whole front yard, they have a corner house, a house that sits on the corner. The whole front yard, side yard, front yard, the rest of the side yard is done up in Halloween. And they do it up big time, including giant spiders up on the house, giant skeletons coming out of haystacks like they're going to grab you, various Halloween scenes. And the cool thing is, the neighbors and people on other streets are picking up on it, and they are also starting to decorate. So do we maybe have another Tilson Street in the making? Wouldn't that be wonderful? I can't wait to see. It's going to be so exciting. And it really depends on the weather this year. Is this Saturday going to be nice weather here in Michigan? Or is next Saturday going to be good weather here in Michigan? I don't know. But another thing that I really like to do is the jack-o'-lantern walks. Now, I went to 2 different ones last year. Both were amazing. The creativity and just the skill that I see displayed in these jack-o'-lanterns, of how they're decorated, how they're carved. Oh my gosh. Everything from your superheroes, Superman, Batman, Captain America, Hulk, to the Wizard of Oz, to dinosaurs. Oh my gosh, I love the dinosaurs. Giant sharks. Those were pretty cool. Your traditional Halloween carved, jack-o'-lantern faces, and all different types of expressions, from grumpy and sad to joyful and exciting to spooky. All of them just fantastic, including, like, they would do a sculpture of jack-o'-lanterns, with each part being a different, section of the sculpture, and it making one immense mural of jack-o'-lantern carvings. Definitely something to check out and go enjoy. Other things that we have going on here in Michigan that we probably won't get to this year, a couple of different towns, Frankenbooth and a few other towns do scarecrow festivals. I think Flushing, Michigan does a scarecrow fest or festival, which is always entertaining, because people can get very creative with their costuming and their scarecrows. Different jack-o'-lantern festivals. Just, we're in the Midwest, and hey, this is where we grow pumpkins, and we grow them good here. So just a lot of fun things to go check out and explore, enjoy. Now, next week, I'm going to carry on with talking about different places that really celebrate Halloween and do it right. And we'll be venturing to Minnesota, Massachusetts, Oregon, and I'll be discussing the different towns around the United States that really celebrate Halloween and really make it into a fun holiday for everybody to enjoy. So hopefully everybody will tune in next week, and we'll be able to watch the podcast and enjoy it. So until next week, I want you guys to stay curious out there and go explore everything of high strangeness. Bye.